Hi y'all, Jeff back here with Jeff's Cars, and welcome to another video. And I'm standing right here next to the 280 SEL 4.5, and if you notice on the last video, there was some problems when we started the car and was backing it up. Well, fuel was leaking past the seal on the fuel level sensor. I can't even think, but yeah, this is the the fuel tank fuel level sensor. I'm drawing a blank as to what they call it. So what I've done is Yui, Jose, had taken the sending unit. Thank you. There we go. The fuel sending unit out, and the seal, which apparently it's an original, was completely it's shot. And what was happening is when we were going over the lip down here in the garage, there's enough fuel in the tank, which quite frankly, there was more than a half a tank in there now. So when we were taking out the filter screen, apparently we didn't drain all the fuel, and so some of the fresh fuel we put back in there is still in there, and then we added 10 more gallons to it. So there's better than a half a tank of fuel in this tank now, and it's all fresh fuel because we can look down in the hole where the sending unit goes, and it's fairly full. So took the sending unit out. Well, we could never get a reading on the fuel gauge, and so I spent a lot of time over the last few days. I had this soaking, and I soaked it and soaked it and soaked it, and there's two little holes. There's a little hole here, and then there's a hole here. And apparently this is where gas enters, and then it fills up the level as to where the fuel is, and it sends an electronic signal. So I've cleaned this up. This is a very expensive part for this age of car. We're talking $280 to $345. So I'm hoping that I cleaned this up enough that it's going to work and send a signal to the gas gauge. But meanwhile, I had to order a seal, and these are very, very inexpensive. I spent $17 on this one, and it came from Colorado, but you can get them for like $7 or $8 or $10, and if you want to wait on the shipping. And so it goes on a specific way, and there's a little notch right here in the bottom, and this will actually fit on there. And this one's cork. The one that was on there originally was rubber. So I'm hoping, and I'm not going to put any gasket sealer on it, I'm hoping that I can put this in and it will now solve the problem from fuel bouncing around in the tank and spilling over. So I'm going to try and position the camera so that you can see what I'm doing and where this is located. And so if you can see down right there in the middle of the floor, that's where the sending unit goes, and I'm going to set this in there, hopefully, and this is kind of tight quarters around here, but I want to set this in here to the direction that it's supposed to be with the plug, and it just goes right in there, and hopefully I got to line it up with the little bolts that are coming up. Okay. And see, this will sit. Here's the wire that comes from the harness. And so let's see if we can get this seated down in there. With that cork gasket, that's the tough one. Yeah, okay, gas entered into there. All right, so that's the direction it needs to go. Get it over the posts. And hopefully it will not leak. And then we can drive the car. Now I gotta set it down in the exact same spot that it was, and I'm leaking gas. There we go. All right, now we'll put, and I'm gonna tighten these just like you would, you know, a wheel. Putting the washer on, go in kind of a star mode, you know, kind of like you do a wheel and tire on a car. Oh shoot. Now let's get another one on here. I'll have to go get a magnet. Let's get these tightened down a little bit more. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get needle nose pliers real quick here. Be right back. Hopefully that'll knock anything over. Oh, here's needle nose. And hopefully that once I get this, we'll have a reading on the gas gauge. But let's see if we can get that nut. Okay, get the washer. There we go. All right, let's put the washer on there again. Put the nut on. And we'll come across and do this side. Put that nut on. Now I didn't use any ATV sealant or nothing. Just went straight with the cork. I don't think it's recommended to put any ATV sealant, but this side down, this side. Whoops. And I'm going to, since I had to peel up the carpet, I'm going to replace the carpet in this trunk because it was pretty worn anyway. Whoops, keep hitting the All right. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to put the plug on there. I'm not going to put, this is the cap that fits over there. I'm not going to put that on there yet. I'm going to get a couple rags here and clean up my mess. And then we'll get in the car and actually start it. So, and see if we have A, gas gauge, and B, see if we have any leaks. So take this. I'll have to open the door. Wipe some of this down just a little bit here. Don't want to. I'll leave those in the trunk for the moment. All right. Now, take this over here. I'm going to open the door. So I'm going to set the camera just outside the door here, looking in, just so everybody can see. I'm going to get in the car and start it up. See if I got a gas gauge functioning first of all. As you also heard, I still have looks like I've got a flat spot on the starter. Got to tap it a couple of times, but we'll go ahead and shut the trunk. Well, I'm going to set the trunk lid down. I'll back this up a little bit more. Got a big pressure coming out of there. Let's see what sounds pretty good. Let's see if it moves under its own power. camera to inside the garage so you can see it come back in. And we'll go with that. It's running and it's moving. I'm not quite ready to take it around the block yet because, you know, I kind of want old Huey to, you know, give it a once over as well. But I tell you what, sounds pretty good. Got some steam coming out the back since it is cold. Let it run there a little bit. But the brakes actually feel pretty good. Yeah, it's might turn out to be a pretty decent car. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back in, and then we'll call it a day for this video. But I'll reopen the trunk and see if I've got any leak from the sending unit. But apparently I don't have any signal coming to the fuel gauge, and that could be a fuse as well. So, but yeah, this is actually running really nice. So let's see if I can get it back in without going through the other end of the garage. That would be a catastrophic event. Let's just take a quick peek here. Well, that's not good. Let me get my light. This ain't looking good, as I see on the cardboard below. Yep. Well, folks, we still got a little bit of a leak. So I'll have to work on that a little bit more. Maybe I do need to put some silicone or something on that. But, as you saw, she moved under her own power. She stops. So, getting that leak addressed, and then I'm going to take it for a drive. Probably not today. Probably another video, and I'll let Jose do the honors of that as well. So keep watching. More to come. Obviously, this is a project car, and continuing to work on it. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't. hit the reminder so you can see the progress on this car and any other videos that I have. We appreciate your loyalty and your support. Thank you.